We got 25 minutes. We got to go. Hey, happy Wednesday. What is going on? Say that, Nation.
Wednesday, everyone. We're super excited to have everyone back. It's a new season.
It is a new season, but the same anal Janelle. Y'all saw her. She flipped me around just now. I love it. Oh, man. So, guys, welcome to Say That. We are extremely excited to have you guys with us. If this is your first time watching us, let's get that 1 in the chat live. If you're watching us, even if you're watching us on the replay, drop that 1. Let us know that you are brand new so we can check back with you guys later on. For everybody who's coming back in for season 5, extremely happy to have you guys on with us. Here at Say That, guys, we are unapologetic about the ugly come up. We all know what it's like when we hear or see people at that top pinnacle level, but we want to know, what's that journey like? What was it like getting from the bottom to the top? And here at Say That Nation, that's what we love to discuss, is what we love to dive into. And today, guys, in this season, you're going to be incredibly blessed with the people we're going to have on. Today is no different. We have an incredible guest who's going to be on sharing his wisdom and his knowledge, and I'm excited to get into it.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited because today's question is a big one.
Yes, it is. All right, guys. So today's question is, boom.
Is the hustle required to be an entrepreneur?
This one's going to be a good one.
I mean, if you already saw our picture on YouTube, the hustle is not included. Oh man, and we can all relate to that as being entrepreneurs, but we are not going to be the only ones answering this topic. As you know, we got 25 minutes to answer the question, and we have brought with us someone who is going to be, I think, one of the best people to answer this question. This man, he is someone who has had entrepreneurship and the hustle mentality since he was in school, and he has brought that with him all the way to his success as an adult. He is an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur doing many different things. I recently coined the term, he's a multi-hyphenated entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. He's out there doing his thing. And what's amazing is that he's doing it by being creative. We know a lot of creatives out there who struggle in turning their creativity into something major, but he's out there doing it. He's mentoring other people and showing them that it's possible. And so I'm super excited to bring you everyone, Jaylo.
Please welcome our next guest.
We're all ready to party. Here we go.
Come on, baby.
The original Jaylo is with us. He is in the proverbial building. Welcome to Say That channel. We are super excited.
Thank y'all,
Josh.
Hey, thank y'all for having me. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor, privilege. What's going on?
Oh man. Well, we got a ton of people already in the chat watching live, welcoming you to Say That Nation.
Okay.
Everyone's ready.
Shout it out. Shout it out to y'all. The true living entrepreneur. I hate to use that term now. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know an entrepreneur is one who take risks. And I'm not taking risks. There's no gray areas with me. Everything is black and white. I'm either going to do it or I'm not going to do it. Yes or no. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. And that's the key to getting to the top. And so,
well, there's a tip right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for all of y'all out there watching, this picture that y'all seen on the internet where you believe it's nice, beautiful barbecues and baseball games on your way up to the top, it don't work that way. Sometimes you got to get dirty. And I don't mean in regards to breaking the law. You just have to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? And
let's talk about that. So tell everybody who they're meeting you for the first time, tell them a little bit about your entrepreneurship journey. Like, how did it start from you? How did it start for you, excuse me, so to get you to where you are today?
I grew up, I'm the 4th child of 11, right? And my mother wasn't favoring me. Of course, there was 3 before me and 6 behind me, right? So for me to stick out, I had to be different. Okay, everybody heard that term. Oh, I gotta be different. Okay, I used to look for attention, and so I would do things like draw, make models out of airplanes, and just build tents out of the bedroom sheets across the bedroom bunk beds and stuff like that, and just would get real talented with it, and always tell my mother, one day I'm gonna get rich with these hands right here. Of course, she ain't pay me no mind. Like, boy, you got a crazy imagination. You know what I'm saying? So it started like that. Everywhere I went outside my home, I just wanted to be a part of something, whether it was good, bad, or ugly. I didn't care. I just wanted to be a part of it because I wasn't getting that attention. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's sad to say that even behind the smiles growing up, that I was really just a lonely kid, just looking to be a part of something. I didn't know what I was searching for. And so as I got older, I realized what I was searching for was actually me.
Oh, say that.
Just into other people, you know? And so my early journeys, hanging around a lot of junkies in abandoned buildings, because I grew up in the late 70s and early 80s, I started coming up with concepts and ideas on how to make money without going to jail. And I definitely didn't want no parts of the drugs. I definitely want no parts of smoking and drinking. And so what I would do was actually sit down with these folks as they were getting high and share ideas. Now, mind you, I'm like 10 and 11, an abandoned building at 10 at night, and you probably would be, the average person might be saying, well, where was your mom? She was home, but of course always had a lie. I'm at my friend's house. You know, we didn't have the internet and cell phone, so she wouldn't really know where I was at. But I'll be in abandoned buildings and hanging with the junkies who had a whole bunch of dreams they took to the grave with them, and I saved some of the dreams, you know? And so that's how I got started, you know. How much did that heroin cost? How did you get it? And so when they would answer these questions for me, I would see if I could implement my art into that. Man, if I make 5 of these, I probably can get these for $20 off. Let me try it.
Wow.
So that's where the idea came from, being around all the drug dealers and junkies, you know, and at the same time, sparing myself the agony and sorrow of not selling drugs and getting involved and getting on it. You know what I'm saying? So the drug circle had a lot to do with my hustling tactics. All my friends sold drugs except me. I was like the black sheep. Why are you writing on everything, Josh? Why are you doing this graffiti stuff? What are you doing? I guess that was my high. You know, some messed with heroin, some did coke, some did crack. I did paint. And so I veil it all in that allegory like that to give the masses a little bit of just like where the hustling aspect of it come from, you know, just being around the crack dealers, the dope dealers, the prostitutes, you know, and just all the hustlers, you know, street life.
What can I ask? What is that? Because, and I think you started with it a little bit earlier on in terms of how we define things. What is that? What do you see? And you even mentioned the errors that you kind of witnessed this coming up in. Would you say, one, what does hustle mean to you? And have you seen a difference in how, you know, people hustled back in the 70s and 80s and how you find people are having to hustle now?
That's a great question.
It was hustling to me is basically mustering up everything you can to survive. Okay. It doesn't have to be nothing negative because you can actually hustle up some leaves off the ground for $5 for a neighbor. Right. You know, you can hustle on your block cleaning people's cars. You know, the hustle is just that drive to get the job done, but not just done, but with just recognition and just more than just money. It's that spiritual drive, that spiritual feel, that spiritual realm you go in to let the world know, like, I conquered all of this, you know, by myself with the help of nobody. And I reap the benefits right here. I got all the benefits and I did it by myself and I did it all from nothing, you know? So as far as hustling back in the 80s, it was dangerous. Because the only type of hustling I knew back then, like I said, was the gangbanging and slanging, you know. And today, I I hardly see any hustlers, only in Hollywood, you know, and I hate to say it like that. And I say that because everybody else is basically going off what they see on the internet. And this is why they don't have a lot of good results. You know, everybody's just following after the next sheep. One sheep after the next sheep. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have my own clothing line. I'm going to have my own shoe line. No, you're not. It's a fantasy. And somebody needs to step in and say, listen, it's okay to dream, but the graveyard is full of a whole bunch of dreamers. Knock it off. Be real with yourself. Go back to the drawing board and say, look, I got to do something different. Okay? We can all make shoes. We can all design our own clothes all day long. But can you move it? Can you move that product the same way them Colombians move that cocaine? And that's where people mess up at. They get a bulk of 50 million T-shirts and can't get rid of them.
No, see,
so
that's really...
the question is, how do you get rid of them?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the question. How do you get rid of 50 million shirts?
See, I love that, because I actually do think this is a part of getting into business for yourself that a lot of people aren't. And it's, I don't want to say, or I guess I want to say it in a way, it's like, we're not saying don't go after your dream, but there is a know-how, or there's a side to this. How do I want to phrase it? Okay, so like last year, Janelle and I, we had the opportunity to take part in a competition that allowed for other people to come and share business ideas. And one of the things that, and this is, you know, I'm just going to lean back into what we're a part of in terms of like why network marketing makes sense as a business model, is there's a know-how. There's people who've already kind of gone ahead and said, this is how this gets done, that I appreciate when I know I don't know enough about a business or an industry, right? Like, I don't know how to do art. And I think the idea of maybe being mentored by people, and there's something that I know we talk about a lot in the show, a lot of people who are of success, they share it. You know, I didn't get here, but like, I didn't start this. Like, somebody else started this. I learned, just like you were saying, Jay, I sat around other people listening to how they were a part of somebody else's business organization. They're basically the customers of somebody else. You're listening to, how did that guy get you this? How did they get you this? Why are they pricing this the way they're pricing it? And you incorporated that now into your own business idea to say, look, I want to market something, but if I don't understand marketing, it doesn't matter how great my drawings are, no one's going to buy this stuff.
Because the key is to sell yourself, not the art.
Yeah. But see, we're not taught, again, these are things that you're not necessarily taught. You know, I'm going to say maybe in traditional schools, but I don't even know what the school system looks like now, to bring that up as a point.
They won't teach you that at school. School never taught anyone how to make money. I've never recalled that anywhere in any generation, the Board of Ed teaching someone about filing taxes or, you know, learning how to make more money.
How to take your money out of a savings account and put it in something that actually has
things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
You know, one of the greatest tools with marketing is basically, like I said, selling yourself. You have to market yourself, not the product. The product gonna sell itself, but now the product needs something to represent it, and you have to be the representative of that product.
Yeah, the
product can be trash, but if you're popular and you are what's popping, and everybody's gravitating towards you, they're gonna associate what you putting out there with the you.
Yeah.
The likes in you, the loves in you, the work in you. It's never the art. It's never the drugs. It's the person. And you have to build up a rapport with the masses. You have to build up this thorough masculine rapport with them. Like, you can't be cool with them. You got to be real aggressive with them, because the moment you smile, they think they're part of whatever you got drumming up in your recipe book. You know, you can't, in this world of entrepreneurship, you by yourself. You don't have no help. It's not like Santa and the elves. Everything you do, you got to do on your own. It's a cold world. If me and you doing something and we going half and half and you making more than me, I like how folks always say black folks can't have nothing. That ain't what it is. I'm going to cut your throat. because that's just genetically encoded in my DNA. I don't understand it and know where it come from, but I know generations before me wiped each other out over materialistic things because they were in like this realm called the have-nots. So when you're dealing with entrepreneurship, you better be the only captain on that ship. There are no connects. There are no plugs. You are everything. You have to become God in that world. I don't mean the spook that sat next to the door in the sky. I mean in the world that you are operating in, whatever it may be you involved in. For an example, I deal with art, right? I don't have no friends because if I come up with a plan and it don't work out, whoever around me is going to take that blame. That's just the demon in me. So I'd rather just be the good, the bad, the ugly all alone. And I do this 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And before you know it, you're rolling over. The 10,000s turn to 20, the 20,000s, the 30,000s, the 50,000s. Before you know it, the world is saying, what is he involved with? Myself. Everything starts with the I. And after I comes I again. There are no friends in this game. The moment you think that you have a friend, or a plug, you become part and parcel to the rest of the social media crew. Oh, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to put that out. No, you're not. It sounds good. And a lot of us been singing for years. I'm very good at singing. And I don't mean literally singing like Whitney Houston, but I've been singing the songs I hear today 30 years ago. And I can tell folks right now, it won't go gold or platinum. You got to get out here. You got to get dirty. You got to cry. You got to suffer. You got to reap what you sow. Being an entrepreneur is not a happy position. I don't know why these books dictate that and put that out there. But unless you really been out there to take these two manual hands right here and make something out of nothing, sell for 40 grand, that's something you do alone. You don't share that with nobody. I want the whole 40. I don't want 39.50. You got to be selfish. Selfish should take you to the top. We talking about going to the top. We're not talking about being friendly. You want to get to the top, you got to hurt people you love. And that's what an entrepreneur is. He take risks. I take risks with people's hearts. I'm going to test your love. Not that I care about love, because I'd rather be feared and respected. Save the love for the lovers. This game, I don't want to be loved. I'm going straight to the top. And that's that aggressive, masculine mentality you got to have. You are a lion 24 hours a day. You got a dream? Go hang with the dreamers. Y'all let me know how that's working. But I'm on the savannah playing with the lions. And there's a lot of hyenas out here ready to take that position.
Let's look at this question. Oh, were you going to say something first, Jay?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, so it says, Jaylo, if we lock arms, how do we build then as a community?
If we don't lock arms, if we can't
lock arms, then how?
This is a horrible answer, but like I said, the truth don't need no apology. I'm not concerned with the community. The community have nothing to do with what I'm doing. I'll leave that up to the community activists.
So in your, I guess for you then, do you separate what it is for then as an entrepreneur to that question, to be somebody who is looking to build the community up in a certain way?
I separate myself from everything.
Or do you adopt maybe even the mindset of, if I'm successful, what is it? Teach a man to fish.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Teach a man to fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime.
So instead of many people who are trying to bring up so many people at once, maybe not getting out at all, you're saying adopt more of a mindset of for self, get yourself out, and then let whatever success you have. Because I'm assuming you do obviously do partnerships with people, or when you're getting business referrals, you get referrals from customers you've done business with before.
I turn them down.
Oh, why is that?
Because it's all about I'm first. I'm the priority. I'm everything. That's what it takes to get to the top. You're not going to be liked or loved. You got to be feared. You got to be envied. There are no friends in this game. I might sound crazy, but that's what worked for me, you know?
Walk us through that then. So or maybe what experiences do you think you've had that shaped the way you look at it now, or you approach your
Working
business now?
working with people, getting robbed, getting shot, getting stabbed. Now, mind you, this ain't even gangster stuff. This is with the have-nots. See, when people can't have their way and what they want, envy start brewing up. Envy is love and hate all veiled into one, and I don't have time for that. So if I'm going to the top, and that's what I have to deal with, my hands got to get dirty because the mission and goal is to get to the top. And by any and all means, like Malcolm X, I'm going to do what I got to do to keep that going. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why most of us, I hate to use the word entrepreneur because I think I'm way past that, you know. It's not about sacrificing no more with me. It's just yes or no now. You know, I've left the entrepreneur state of mind. I'm more at the, whatever I do now, I'm just going to dominate it or I'm not going to entertain it at all, you know. So you said something, just to piggyback off it.
Yeah.
Basically, do I work well with others? I work well with others, but I will not work with others. I can't. I can't. You know, everything with me is my manship first. Okay. And how I define it only applies to me. Every man has the right to worship under his own fig and vine tree. I won't take that away from no man. But over here, I make the rules. I set the pace. I got the blueprints lined up. I'm carrying it out. So that's how I started grabbing up a lot of rental spaces. That's how I started buying the cars and the trucks. That's how I started getting into buying houses with no good credit. That's how I started doing everything without credit. I moved like Haggard or Horrible. And for me to be Haggard or Horrible, I have to be alone. You know, it's that Viking mentality out here in New York. You have to be that. And when you work alone, you don't have no enemies because you don't have no friends either. Deep.
When did you get into real estate?
I didn't get into real estate. I moved my way in it and learned as I went. Oh, you got this house to sell? How do I get this house? Oh, I go see this dude? Oh, I see that dude? Okay. I got bad credit. What's up? We gonna get dirty or we gonna take it to the top? Obviously, I had to get dirty. My first house was on Raya Avenue, between East 180th and Raya in the Bronx. That was a 6-bedroom house, attic, front yard, side yard, backyard, and I had access to the roof where I bred pigeons. I used to fly pigeons and race pigeons. The money don't stop. You know, that's $1,000 a month. Let me reiterate that. That's a $15,000 a month sport. Sport that New York City really don't have knowledge of. Only the Italians and Irish and Masbeth and Coney Island familiar with that. Our people, those that look like us, are not familiar with that. They'll call it flying rats, Columban de Levias. No, those are racing homers. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot in that sport. It's a dying sport, and it's never really been taught. You know what I'm saying? But I got my hands in the pot.
Wow. Okay, I know we're almost out of time on this part. Before you go, we have one more question. It says, share your thoughts on Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. Here's my thoughts, right? Because I got to give it to you raw. I wasn't there. Not concerned with Wall Street. I'm from Belmont Avenue.
That the Queens I'm thinking of?
I'm in Brownsville. Belmont Avenue. You know, I'm familiar with Black Wall Street, you know, but I'm from Belmont Avenue. It was black over there too.
Oh man, I love it. So guys, if you guys want to connect with Jay and not Janelle, but Josh, let me throw up here's his Instagram.
He's a real person. He will respond.
Over the thing. Yeah.
Hope I didn't scare nobody away, but this is the truth.
No. We love it. And diverse perspectives is definitely what this is about, because you're speaking from someone's truth right now, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So here's his IG. He has a business page and a promotional page, but this is his that you guys can follow. And like Janelle said, definitely reach out and connect. Some amazing work that he has up here.
Thank you.
And I love the genre of music that he throws up behind any of the work that he does. I
My
can't
Ella.
even take credit. No, seriously, I can't even take credit for the intro today. But all right. So let's go one other question.
So, okay, so a lot of this is based on like the conversation that you and I had, Josh, like much earlier. So I'm hearing everything that you're saying now, and I'm thinking about some of the stories that some of your story that you were telling me earlier, like what it was like when you first discovered, holy cow, like people will really pay me for this. Like, yeah, I got the idea when I was with the addicts, but then like you actually saw it working. And like,
I got the answer to that. This is so cool right here.
okay.
So as I got off the streets with the airbrushing, I started meeting people when the internet came about. And I got hooked up with this organization called S Street Media and 1718 Collective. What happened with them is that they gave me a chance to be in the spotlight as well as they wanted to be in the spotlight too. So it was an I scratch your back if you scratch mine. Okay. That's why I said I play well with others, but I really don't work with others. But here's where I learned that. My man Mathematics, who runs S Street Media, also the Vandal Hour, he got me in 1 year about 30 art shows. Those 30 art shows was enough to put me in so much spotlight. I mean, come on, 30 art shows? Yeah. A professional artist doesn't even get 10.
Right.
I got 30 art shows messing with S Street Media, who promised me verbally that he would get me all of those shows and plus a tour all around the state. He kept his word. He kept his word. You out of time?
We're out of time. I'm like, this is setting up to be a really good story.
Hey, well, since we're out of time, I'll make it brief, less than a minute, 60 seconds and less. I got hooked up with S Street Media. He kept his word. His word was, I'll put you in the spotlight, and from there you take off, Jaylo. And that's what I did. It was one little spotlight that just made me get global with it.
All right, so then we're gonna get deeper in overtime then, because I know there's a little bit more to this. This is great.
You know what? And to have an actual question, we've had somebody else who talked about what it's like to get that moment where you shine, or when someone puts you in a position that you can. In overtime, I want you to share with us how you manage that opportunity, because I know many people, they're praying for something like that, but when you actually get 30 shows handed to you, how do you step up? So in overtime,
don't pray for it. Don't pray for it.
No. Don't give it away. We'll get into it in overtime. You guys know where you guys got to go. Make sure, click the description box below. You can get access to overtime right there. We'll be there live in a couple minutes. And as always, remember, you deserve
a good life.
Say that. Guys, say that. We'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll see you guys in overtime. Peace.